That good 2015 Silverado right there, man. I'm telling you, this truck is mint. Look at them yo-yos banging on them bongos like a chimpanzee. First thing I'm gonna have to do is get the exhaust off this thing. I think there's just the one clamp and a bunch of hangers. It doesn't take them long to turn into Swiss cheese, especially since there's no paint on these General Motors frames. See this stuff right here? This is actually just wax. You can't paint over it, and if you wash your truck, you wash that wax right off, and this is the problem you get. Don't wash your GM frames. The initial cutout reveals the biggest issue with a tube frame vehicle, and that is the lack of drainage. All tube frame vehicles have these massive holes for dirt and moisture to enter, but no place on the bottom of the frame for the dirt and moisture to come out. So you get this wet, dirty soup of rust, salt, and just dirt. Don't worry about all of this. This is on the inside of every Midwestern General Motors frame. Looks like we got all of the bad metal. Time to start cleaning. Now that I have all of the rust I can reach out of the inside of this cutout section, I'm going to try to put something on the inside of this. Yep, as much as I can get in there. We'll let that dry out for a little bit. Now I need to dolly this metal out. A dolly's a little metal block that you set behind here and smack it with a hammer so you can make this nice and flat. Now, unlike General Motors, the aftermarket recognizes there's a problem with these frames, and you can buy sections of the frame, caps, and covers to weld over top of this. I'm just going to weld this piece of steel right here over it. But first I'm going to put some paint on the backside of this. I know it won't be perfect, but just something to protect it, anything at all. When I say I'm going to scale the rest of the frame, I mean I'm going to use this thing, a needle scaler. It's like an air hammer with a bunch of little needles on the end of it, and it removes surface rust very quickly. This type of corrosion is usually symmetrical with these trucks, so I took the gas tank down and found the same issue over here as well. This gave me an opportunity to clean all of the debris out of the driver's side as well, and then I welded this piece of steel in right here to make it a little bit more solid. Now I'm going to drill some drainage holes along the bottom to let the moisture out and slow down the corrosion that caused this problem to begin with. Now that both sides have drainage and they're solid again with a coat of protective paint, I'm going to scale the rest of the frame and put the same kind of chassis paint over the whole thing. And this truck should last another couple of years, hopefully.